We live in interesting times, and admittedly, this is a strange video, but bear with me, for there is a very powerful biblical undertone with her message toward the later half. Watch this.
And if you want to be called daddy, you need to act like daddy. Too many of you think you deserve to be called daddy by nature of having a By that logic, I could be like, hi, I'm Sydney Sweeney. Where? Donde? Where is Sydney Sweeney? She does not exist here. Why? Because I don't have what it takes to be Sydney Sweeney. You need to earn daddy. What is daddy? Daddy is a father. Father protects. Father provides. Father can play. Father got jokes. Father can put me on his shoulders. Father fixes things. Father squishes bugs. Father says, hey, to a bad attitude. Father adores me. Father sees me napping and puts a blanket on me. He opens my car doors. He's gentle. This is some Freudian stuff, isn't it? Let's ignore that. It's really so easy. It's a balance of strength and gentleness, brute force and kindness. Just do both. If you can't give the ladies just an inkling of that, like a little ETF of that, you're not daddy. Wait, let me show you on YouTube who I think is daddy.
Luke here at the Younger Boys YouTube channel, and I'm stranded.
Luke! I see a lot of this on dating profiles where guys just like post videos of them at the gym and then post videos of them flexing. There's no dichotomy. Women like dichotomy. Just do both. Like, do a gym picture and then do a picture of you like gently holding a hamster. And then do like a flexing picture and then you enjoying a ice cream cone. Like, do both. He's so strong. He's so delicate with his sons, too. It's because he's daddy. Just do both.
I don't know if this woman realizes this or not, but she actually mentioned something very biblical, very rooted in truth, whether she realizes it or not. She literally mentioned to me 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13 to 14, that goes, stay alert, stand firm in the faith, be strong, act like men. And everything that you do must be done in love. That dichotomy she was talking about, how you need to be strong and gentle, that's literally from a biblical worldview. But one thing I've come to realize is that men today, unfortunately, have lost their way. And sadly, women have lost their way as far as how to actually operate within a correct paradigm that has worked for thousands of years. Now, was it perfect? Absolutely not. For we are imperfect human beings. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But when people are biblically illiterate and are completely unaware about the ultimate rule book to life, it's no wonder why we have so many generations today that are anxious, depressed, suicidal, heavily medicated, and divided amongst people in today's day and age. It's because, well, we don't have strong role models to reflect on as far as how to be a proper man or how to be a proper woman. I mean, I can speak from my own example. When I first got into reading the Bible 3 years ago, when I became born again, one of my favorite role models, besides my great King, Jesus Christ, is Joseph from the book of Genesis, because I was struggling heavily with lust. And the thing is that I took an example from him, for he was literally around a woman named Potiphar's wife. And she was a very beautiful, attractive woman, according to the book of Jubilees. And she would literally say to Joseph, every twist and turn, lie with me, have sex with me. But what did Joseph do? He fled. He fled from the seven deadly sin of lust. He turned away from that, saying, why would I commit this great sin against my master, and especially to my Lord? Why would I want to commit this great sin? Absolutely not. This is going against what I was taught from my father Jacob and his father Isaac and his father Abraham before me. I'm not going to do this. So he fled from lust. And a lot of men can learn from that very important lesson from my role model. And then we have my great King, who is literally the epitome of strength and love combined. I mean, how strong do you need to be? When he was on Calvary, when he was crucified, do you not realize how much strength you would need to have to undergo the worst amount of pain humanly possible, all things considered, and still have the strength to say out loud, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing? If you look at how much pain and anguish, mental, physical, and emotional, my great King went through and still had the strength to say that out of his mouth, is a testament to his love for us and how much strength he ultimately has. And honestly, that is one of the main reasons why he is a role model for all men to follow. as per 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13 to 14. And for the women, honestly, there are great biblical role models for them too. It's not just the men's side, but I can think of 4 women off the top of my head that are absolutely role models for women today. Forget the LonelyFans models and forget women of this world that live a worldly lifestyle. Have you ever heard of Ruth? Have you ever heard of Susanna, as far as women who are faithful and are loyal to a fault? And honestly, that's an admirable quality that seems to be lost amongst most today's modern women. And it's quite a shame to see that, because there's no surprise as to why we have a 60% divorce rate in this country in the United States, with 80% being initiated by women, 90% if they're college indoctrinated. And I think that's a crying shame, and it's because a lot of people don't have that biblical literacy to know of these good role models. And as far as courageous women I can think of at the top of my head, that'd be great role models for women to look up to, is Judith and also Esther in the respective books. Both of these women sacrificed so much for the people that they love that they were willing to die for them, synonymous to my great king. That's why I believe that teaching of these individuals is extremely important, which is why I made this channel to begin with, because as I evangelize and have conversations with people, I come to realize that people are lacking in these very great individuals that they can learn from. And also learn what not to do as well. You have Samson for the men's side, David for the men's side, and you also have Solomon for the men's side. You have Potiphar's wife as an example of what women should not aspire to be, and then you have something that even people who don't even know of the Bible know of this name and what it correlates to, that being Jezebel. But unfortunately, there seems to be a huge surge of women that are living the Potiphar's wife and Jezebel lifestyle today, and I think that's a massive problem. And I want to highlight that and to give a solution to the problem. And the answer to these problems that both men and women are faced with today is my great king, whom I love so much, who saved my life. And I know that if people turn to him, they too can have love, joy, and peace that makes no sense, just like I do these days. And that's really all I wanted to say for this video. I'm so heavily invested in scripture these days that if I can make something biblical, I will make something biblical. And that's perfectly fine with me, because that's more of what we need today and less of this wicked world that seeks to corrupt us from the inside out. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe. I thank you all for the support, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Take care.